After a string of four straight heartbreaking playoff losses and the departure of two franchise cornerstones, the New Orleans Saints have spent the past half decade trying to figure out where they're going. Despite having two winning seasons during this period, the Saints have failed to make the playoffs for 5 straight seasons. As the franchise now sees the light at the end of the salary cap tunnel they climbed into in order to chase another Lombardi in the twilight of the career of Drew Brees, it's time for this team to stop spinning their wheels and finally step on the gas. At the quarterback position, 2025 second-round pick out of Louisville Tyler Shough surprised just about everyone by being, well, not awful. In 9 starts last year, Shough put up over 2,300 yards through the air with 10 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. Not the most impressive stat line, but it was enough to finish second in Offensive Rookie of the Year voting and secure the starting spot coming into 2026. The Saints clearly focused this offseason on trying to surround Shough with as many playmakers as possible. In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Saints used 4 of their 8 picks on pass catchers, including 8th overall pick Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. Meanwhile, in free agency, they brought in former Jaguars running back Travis Etienne, former Bills guard David Edwards, and former Broncos and Seahawks tight end Noah Fant. Defensively, the strategy isn't quite as clear. Outside of the 2026 second-round pick Kristen Miller out of Georgia, there isn't much to get excited about on this defense. Former second overall pick Chase Young had his first double-digit sack season of his career in 2025, so it'll be interesting to see if he can continue to break out going into his age 27 season. Veteran edge rusher Cameron Jordan also put up double-digit sacks in 2025 for the first time since 2021. Hopefully this pass rush duo can help make up for a less than exciting roster behind them. Despite the shortcomings in some areas on the roster, the Saints find themselves in a very winnable division and their best chance at making the playoffs in the Kellen Moore era. So today, in our first rebuild on Madden NFL 27, we're taking over the New Orleans Saints and see if we can go marching in all the way to another Super Bowl. What is up, guys? Welcome back into the channel. I'm Brandon Satterwhite, and today we are doing the New Orleans Saints rebuild here on Madden 27, our first Madden 27 rebuild here on the channel. So if you like these type of videos, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to the channel for more. But we are doing the New Orleans Saints, who are kind of in a weird position. They haven't made the playoffs in 5 years. They have $108 million in dead cap. They're just kind of starting to crawl out of this cap hell that they've been in due to all of the restructuring that they did to try and, keep a good team around Drew Brees towards the end of his career. And then after he retired, they still had a pretty good team outside of quarterback, so trying to fill that hole a little bit. And then of course Dennis Allen is fired. They bring in Kellen Moore, the former Cowboys offensive coordinator. I believe he was also offensive coordinator for the Chargers with Herbert. But he's seen as kind of, this really offensive minded coach, quarterback whisperer, all that sort of thing. So hopefully they're able to do something. They don't have a very good roster, especially in terms of Madden. They've got 3 guys at 87 overall, all of them on the offense, and then after that, it drops off. You only have 6 guys above an 80 overall. At quarterback, you do have Tyler Shough, who, like I said in the intro, kind of surprised everyone by being, somewhat decent. Finished second in Offensive Rookie of the Year voting last year, comes in as a 77 overall. Is already 26 years old going into his second season, though. So, yeah, we'll see what he's able to do. Does have 87 speed, which is actually, pretty good. 6'5" is nice. 92 throw power. Actually pretty good accuracy outside of the deep accuracy. So I actually kind of like the build on him here. I kind of like some of the ratings here on him. So we'll see how he does. You do bring in Travis Etienne from the Jags in free agency. You have Alvin Kamara. You've got Kendre Miller. And then you've got all of these receivers. Of course, Chris Olave, really, really good player. Has been really good for the Saints for the last few years. They also have their first round pick, Jordan Tyson, out of Arizona State. You've got a couple of other guys that they picked up in the draft. In terms of pass catchers, you've got Juwan Johnson and Noah Fant at tight end, along with Oscar Delp, the tight end that they got in the draft. Kelvin Banks Jr., really good left tackle, 77 overall, star dev, only 22 years old. He's someone we're going to want to, develop and keep going. Eric McCoy's a really good center. Hopefully he sticks around long term. Jeremiah Wright, hidden dev trait. Hopefully that's probably just going to be star. He's already 24, so I don't know how much he'll be around. We'll probably look to get someone younger and better in that position at some point. So I do think offensive line is an area that we would want to work on. David Edwards comes over from the Bills in free agency, 79 overall, so that's not bad. And then at edge rusher, Chase Young had his first ever 10-sack season last year. The former number 2 overall pick out of Ohio State didn't do, as good as a lot of people would have expected, back with Washington Washington and San Francisco, but had a pretty good year last year. So maybe he does all right this year and he sticks around. Cam Jordan, the, possibly future. Do y'all think he's going to be a future Hall of Famer? He has 132 career sacks. I think he's like 17th on the all-time sack list. But like at that point, if y'all should go look at the all-time sack list. Like, I think if he has like another 10 sack season, he would jump from like 17 to like 6. Like, it's very tight when you get to that top part of that sack list. But he is 37. He's on the final year of his contract. He's been with the Saints, his entire career. It's crazy to think he's already 37. Like, I remember when he was just kind of, coming on as this, really good pass rusher. It's crazy. Carl Granderson's here as well. More of a run stopper than a pass rusher. And then at D tackle, you do have Devon Gottschall. You've got Brian Brees, only 24 years old, 75 overall. Kristen Miller, who they took in the draft this year. Hidden Dev, 22 years old, 75 overall. Outside of that, though, the defense isn't great. They did bring in Caden Ellis in free agency, but he's already 31 years old. You do have Kool-Aid McKinstry, but outside of that, you desperately need better corners. You need a better secondary, really. You do have Justin Reed. You've got Jonas Sanker here. I'm probably going to look to move Julian Blackman or just cut him. That way Sanker can start. But it's, I don't know. We do have Lorenzo Styles, who has 97 speed. So we might see if he can develop into something maybe. In terms of draft picks, we do have our first round pick this year and next year. So that's good. I'm looking at free agents here, seeing if there's anyone that, would be, a decent guy to bring in. Kevin Zeitler, like overall wise, would be better, but I kind of want that guy with Hidden Dev to be starting at right guard so he can get playing time and try to progress. May look to see if there's any practice squad eligible guys. Not really. We do have a bunch of franchise points. I am going to look and see if there's any abilities I want to upgrade. Player development on quarterbacks, I'm definitely going to upgrade that. I did the training camp drills, and we've got quite a few upgrades. Kelvin Banks has 2. We're going to make him a scheme fit by making him a pass protector. He's all the way up to 78 overall already. Tyler Shuck got 2 as well, which is nice. May do strong arm to try to get that deep accuracy up. But going into season 1, here's what the team looks like. Tyler Shuck up to an 80 overall after the training camps. Like I said, the deep accuracy is really the only thing kind of holding him back, and that and awareness. Honestly, like the ratings look pretty good. If he was a few years younger, he definitely would be like the quarterback that I'm building around. Honestly, 26, only doing like 3 or 4 seasons of this. Honestly, he could still be. Gordon Tyson also already up to an 80 overall after some training camps. Kelvin Banks up to a 78. So, 22 years old, he's looking pretty good. I think the rest of the offensive line definitely could be replaced in the near future. Definitely looking to move Delp up to tight end 2 just to maybe get him a little more playing time. We do need to see about getting Olave an extension. We're also going to move Miller up, probably to D-tackle 1, because I think he's going to be superstar dev, because it said that in one of the things that he got a ability slot. So I think he's superstar dev. So I'm going to move him up and start him. And then I'm also going to start Sanker, and then I'm going to put Blackman on the trade block. Yeah, there's what the team looks like going into season 1. Let's start simulating and see how we do. So at the midway point of the season, we're 3-4 on the year, being ranked near the bottom of the league in just about every major category. We just came off a 30-9 loss to the Steelers. We are on our bye week. We are the 12th seed in the NFC at the moment, 3rd in the NFC South. One thing I don't like is it looks like even when you're simulating, the team will go ahead and like re-sign players even though it's set to manual, because I was simulating and I did not re-sign Kendra Miller, but the computer did, even though it's set to auto, so it should just not do that. But it did anyway, which is annoying. So I think I'm going to try to trade Devon Gottschall. He does have 8 TFLs on the year, but we've got some depth at D-tackle, and that is a position I'm going to be looking at in the offseason to draft anyway. He's wanting more money. Miller is star dev, but we've got depth at this position. So I think we're going to definitely move on from Gottschall and see if we can get anything for him here at the trade deadline. No trades. Wow. The Bears, their top need is D-tackle. So like, would you give me a pick for him? Shay would put the other team over the salary cap. Oh, it's salary cap issues? That's another thing I don't like about Madden. I don't like that it allows teams to be over the salary cap, because you're not like allowed to do that in real life. Like, it's a hard cap in the NFL. Like, they should at least, you know, do restructuring and stuff. So we are able to pull off a trade. We send Devon Godshaw, Jalen Ford, and our 4th round pick in the upcoming draft to the Chargers for their 2nd round pick in the upcoming draft. So now we'll have 2 picks in the 2nd round. Anyone else with an expiring contract? I don't really want to trade Cam Jordan. Kamara is someone I would kind of like to see if there's any market for him. Anyone that needs running back. Ooh, Tampa needs running back. Would you give me a 2nd for Kamara? No. What about a 4th? They do give me a 4th round pick, so I get a 4th round pick for Alvin Kamara. There's a lot of guys here that I just don't plan to bring back, like Nathan Shepard. Why would I bring him back? Will you give me a 3rd round pick for him? No, but you'll probably give me your other 3rd maybe? If I give you like my 5th? Okay, so we send Shepard and a 5th to the Saints for their 3rd round pick, or to the Vikings for their 3rd round pick. So we've traded away a few guys here that have expiring deals. The other one is Blackman. I want to go ahead and get rid of him, so let's just get rid of him now. Does anyone need a strong safety? Bills need one. Will you give me a 1st for him? No. What about a 2nd? It's close. What else do they need? They need left guard. I do not have to spare. Will linebacker. I don't have. Wide receiver. I have a lot of receivers. I mean, I'll give you Trey Palmer. Getting closer. Let me see if there's a different team that needs strong safety. The Eagles need a strong safety. Will you give me your 1st? The Eagles are not interested in him at all. What about the 49ers? They are also do not seem to be very interested at all. Ooh, the Patriots seem somewhat interested. I might be able to get something out of them. Okay, so we're sending Blackman as well as our backup right tackle Green, who we just signed out of free agency before the season started, as well as our 4th round pick next year to the Patriots for their 2nd round pick next year. I think we did a good job getting a lot more picks here at the deadline, because we picked up a 2nd from the Chargers, a 3rd from Philly, a 4th from Tampa Bay, a 6th from Chargers, and then a 2nd from New England next year. So that's a good bit. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks we picked up. We did send away some lower picks for those higher picks, but I think it's still a good bit of trades. I think those trades were good for us. So at the end of season 1, we went 7-10, which is probably the worst case scenario, because not good enough for, or not bad enough for like a top 5 pick, but not good enough to make the playoffs. Tampa Bay won our division at 9-8, but as you can see there, we finished the year with a 41-15 win over the Falcons and a 46-13 win over the Bucks. So we were sitting at 5-10, and then we won our last 2 games, so we kind of ruined our tank. Finished near the bottom of the league in just about every statistical category. Where is our pick? Where do we have? We have the 9th pick, currently projected to take this left guard, who looks all right. Offensive line is, you know, something I'm targeting with this pick. Stats on the year: Tyler Shuck threw for 3,400 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 7 picks on a 53% completion percentage, which isn't great. He was sacked 58 times, though. Good grief. Travis Etienne ran the ball 283 times for 1,100 yards, averaged under 4 yards a carry, had 10 touchdowns. Kendre Miller had 8 rushing touchdowns. Receiving wise, Chris Olave, 79 catches, 1,100 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Jordan Tyson had 90 catches as a rookie, 1,000 yards, and 6 touchdowns as well. Defensively, Caden Ellis led us with 135 tackles. We had 19 TFLs for Cam Jordan, who had 7.5 sacks. Also 19 TFLs for Brian Brees, 17 for Chase Young, who had 6.5 sacks, and then also 6 sacks for the rookie Kristen Miller. Justin Reed led us with 3 interceptions. Bishop had 2, and then Sanker and Kool-Aid each had 1. So we're not far off from being able to compete for our division. I mean, we finished only, 2 games back. I think we can get 2 games better, especially with the picks that we have in this upcoming draft. So the CPU did do a bunch of re-signing. They signed Cam Jordan to a $21 million 1-year deal. They signed Martin Emerson to a deal. They signed Beanie Bishop and Jordan Howden. Okay, this is something that EA has got to fix in the first patch. Like, that is ridiculous. The early awards: Joe Burrow wins NFL MVP, and John Harbaugh, his first year with the Giants, ends up winning Coach of the Year over there. Puka Nacua gets Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett gets Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan Tyson finishes 2nd to Makai Lemon for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Kristen Miller finishes 7th for for Defensive Rookie of the Year. And our kicker, Charlie Smith, actually won the Best Kicker Award, which is cool to see. Let's go ahead and move on to the offseason here. So I really don't want to lose Chris Olave. We weren't able to re-sign him. I think I'm going to throw the non-exclusive franchise tag on him, where other teams can make offers, and I get the right to either match the offer or get 2 first-round picks if he signs with that team. So we're going to throw that on him. Also going to pick up the 5th-year option on our right tackle. At 30 mil, though? Oh, I'm not paying 30 mil for him. No, we're not paying 30 mil for a 78 overall right tackle. There's a restricted free agency for this 71 wide receiver. We'll let him walk. I think I'm going to let the rest of these guys walk. So before free agency starts, we did re-sign Chase Young to an extension, 2 years, 28 mil in salary, $13 million guaranteed. Honestly, a bit of a steal compared to what the CPU signed Cam Jordan to. Let's see what we can get Kool-Aid McKinstry for. Honestly, if he's willing to sign this deal, maybe I boost up this just a little bit. So he's somewhat interested. And there we go. We got Kool-Aid McKinstry, 4 years, 21.7 mil in salary, 14.2 million bonus, 16.2 mil in guaranteed money. Not bad, honestly. So now we're coming into free agency. We have 77 million in caps because that dead cap all went away. So there's a lot of guys here. Chris Olave is here. See if he'll even talk to us about a deal. And there we go. Even though we had the franchise tag on him, we did get Chris Olave to come back. Or actually, he's evaluating our offer, but he's at 100% interest. We'll see what he says. But we gave him a pretty sweet contract there. All right, so we submitted a contract offer to Kyle Pitts. 13.5 million salary, $17.3 million bonus, 19.2 in guaranteed money with 2 void years on it. 100% interest. We'll see if we end up getting him. There's nothing here in terms of offensive linemen, which is kind of frustrating. So we ended up getting Chris Olave. He does sign with us. What about Kyle Pitts? No, he goes back to the Falcons. Oh my gosh, we were trying to steal him away there, but he goes back. So there's not much in terms of good tight end options. And Patrick Queen goes to the Steelers, so that one hurts a little bit. There's Bobby Okereke we could go after. Honestly, not sure there's anyone I'm really interested in going after now after missing out. Bobby Okereke is really the only thing that I'm kind of interested in. We've got 2 pretty good receivers. We need a tight end. We need help on the right side of the offensive line. And we need linebacker. Mike linebacker, that would be a big upgrade over Werner. We got him on like a 2-year deal. Bump up this just a little bit. And we've thrown a 2-year deal at Bobby Okereke to be our Mike linebacker. We'll see what he decides. And he's coming. So I think that's good. We got Chris Olave to come back, and we got Bobby Okereke as a big upgrade at Mike linebacker. I think I am good on free agency at this point. We still have about 60 mil in cap space after that, which is really, really nice. So we're about to go into the NFL draft. We're projected at number 9 to take this left guard who's a top 5 talent, and then the Broncos right after us are going to take a D tackle that is also top 5 talent that I also want. So would it be possible to trade up to either 8 or 10 so I can get both guys? Would the Chiefs be willing to part with number 8? Okay, I will give you both of our 2nd round picks, our later 3rd, plus give you one of our 2nds for this year, our better 2nd for next year, and a 3rd round pick. They're interested. If I give you this other 2nd, will you go? Oh, it's close. If I throw in like our 4th, this is 5 picks. That's a lot. I actually don't think I'm going to do this. I think I'm just going to take that left guard because we'll move him to right guard because that's the area we need. And then at D tackle, it's pretty easy to find good D tackles in the draft, so we should be able to find another one that can at least be decent. And then corner is the other area we really need to find someone, but there really weren't any good corners. I made that our national scouting focus, and I think we found, I think there were like 2 that were somewhat, there's 3 that are somewhat first round talent. This guy's not projected to go until day 3 though. Round 1 to 2 talent. I don't see how though. His man coverage is awful. These 2 are zone guys and they're round 1 talents. So corner isn't great, which sucks because that's one of our big areas of need. But we're going to hop in here, and we are going to take, with our top pick, See, that's the thing. If I take this D tackle, would the left guard still be there later? Is the question. I think he actually might be because he's round 1 to 2 talent. So I think I can take this D tackle. He looks really good. A finesse moves, B power moves, A tackle, B block shedding, 6'1", 286 pounds, elite at literally everything. Elite speed, elite jumping, elite change of direction, elite agility, elite acceleration. Just a generational type talent. He's the 4th player in the draft. We got him at 9, 86 speed, 88 strength, just looks incredible. So let's go pick by pick and see if that left guard gets picked. We'll go one more pick, may go a few more picks. Left guard is ranked 28. So if I can get to like pick 20 with him not being picked, I'll feel pretty good. Let me see if I can go to the Chargers and make a trade real quick for pick 20. I will give them our 2nd and both of our 3rds in this year's draft. It's close. So what if I also gave you our 3rd in next year's draft? So close. I'll give you this 2nd. Okay, so we send our 2nd and 3rd this year, our 2nd this year, 2 of our 3rds for this year, and a 2nd for next year to the Chargers to move back into the 1st round at number 20 to take this guard, who is also a top 5 talent, has elite strength, B awareness, A impact block, A lead block, A run block, A stamina, really good at pass blocking as well. We got 2 top 5 talents here in the 1st round. We got the number 3 and the number 4 player. People mover with exceptional strength, great pass blocker, 70 speed, 97 strength, 6'4", 339 pounds out of Alabama. Hidden dev trait, phenomenal first 2 picks in this draft. And now we have the 20th pick in the 2nd round. We do have a few other guys that are around 1 to 2 talents. Let's go check out corner though. And no, there's the ones that were round 1 talents have already been taken. There's a left edge that I liked, who actually does look pretty good. Jaden Branson, B block shedding, F finesse moves, but B power moves, A tackling, elite strength, really good play rec. So here in the 4th round, I think I'm going to take Dennis Barrett, 6'5" pass protector, decent strength, but around 1 to 2 talent, A awareness, really good pass blocking. The run blocking is awful, but pass blocking is really good. He's number 47 overall player. We got him at 117, 84 strength, does have hidden dev at 23 years old. And there are a couple of tight ends here. Gordon Miles is one I really like. The catch and traffic's good. Ran a 4.60 40, top tight end in terms of speed. He's projected to be an undrafted free agent, but I really like him. I think he could be good. I think in the 5th round, this is the place to take a bit of a shot. He's the number 112 player. We got him at 145, so still a bit of a decent pick. 22 years old, does have 84 speed, only normal dev. That kind of hurts. I think that was our last pick, actually. No, we do have pick 20 here in the 6th round. And we do still have guys we're looking at here, including this D tackle, Jimmy Teal, who has elite speed, incredibly fast, A finesse moves, B power moves, B tackle. We got to take him. He looks phenomenal. He's number 169. We got him at 180. Normal dev, 80 speed, 78 strength. Not a good pick. Not a good pick there. Now we've got the undrafted free agents. There is a D tackle, 73 overall with 89 strength, 79 power move, 79 block shedding. I'll throw a contract at you. We got this guy up to 100% interest, so he's interested in signing. Outside of that, there's a punter and a long snapper. Don't really care about that. There's a corner, 68 overall, 91 speed, decent man coverage. There's a safety. We also got one on this tackle who has 88 strength. And I'm also going to throw in at this right guard who has 90 strength. I'm kind of hoping one of these guys has like a bit of a decent dev trait. We got 100% on him too. So we've got 3 undrafted free agents that we're looking at. And they've all signed somewhere. The D tackle goes to Miami. He doesn't have a dev trait. He's got normal dev. The left tackle goes to Denver. He has normal dev. Right guard signs with us. He does have normal dev, but 90 strength will be a decent backup even at 23 years old. Ooh, a couple of will linebackers with hidden dev sign. Looking at our draft picks, we got 2 80 overall players in the 1st round. The D tackle is an 80. The left guard's an 81. The other left guard we got is a 73. And then the tight tight end is a 68 with 84 speed, and then the other D tackle is a 66. So we only had 5 picks. We did trade our second round pick because I couldn't make a decision. I just wanted to move back, and I got 2 future second round picks from the Niners. So that's why we only had 5 picks. Best player in the draft was this 82 overall D tackle, and then an 82 overall right guard that goes to Seattle. We got 2 of the 4 80+ overall guys in this draft. There were a ton of really good D tackles. The quarterback that went number 1 to Miami was a 77 overall. There was a wide receiver taken in the 7th with 95 speed. Another receiver that went in the 2nd had 94 speed. There's a running back here that went late in the 1st, 76 overall with 94 speed. Good grief. Pair him up with Jahmyr Gibbs with Detroit. Good grief. All right, so going into season 2, here's what the team's looking like. Honestly, I really like our running backs. We've got 2 really good receivers. I don't like our tight end. Great. That's one area we weren't really able to address. We also could use a number 3 receiver. Offensive line's looking better. I really like Hendricks, obviously, as our starting left guard. We moved Edwards over to right guard. So, I mean, the offensive line's looking good. I would like Banks to develop a little bit faster, but, you know, by the end of this year, he should be up to like 85 overall or more. And then, yeah, I mean, that's looking pretty good. And then here's what the defense looks like. We are going to have Landry as the number 1 D tackle, 81 overall. And then, yeah, the corner situation, this one we still kind of need to address. Hasn't really been able to find much in terms of that position either. Let's go ahead and start simulating and see how we do here in season 2. And before we start simulating, we are able to lock down Eric McCoy to a 4-year extension, 34 mil in salary, 14.7 mil bonus, 24.5 mil guaranteed. So at the midway point of the season, we are sitting at 2-4, which not very good. The defense is doing great. The offense is terrible, and the rest of the division is also pretty awful this year. Yeah, Tyler Shuck has not been good. 10 touchdowns, only 6 picks, 1,300 yards. Yeah, I mean, the offense just hasn't been able to get it going. I don't know what the deal is there. So I think at this point, we may look to trade some guys that have expiring deals. Justin Reed could be a really good trade candidate because, I mean, at 84 overall, he's 30 years old. He's probably about to start regressing. So I am curious if there's anything we can get for him at 84 overall. There's got to be something. So we could get Deonte Banks. We need a decent corner. Honestly, Noel Williams would be a great get from the Chiefs. I honestly really like this because Noel Williams, I think he's under contract for a little bit. Yeah, so we've got at least 1 more year with him. 89 speed, 86 man, 77 zone. So I think we're going to go ahead and accept this offer. It does help us out at one of our weakest positions. Meanwhile, Carl Granderson has 5.5 sacks on the year. I'm not sure if I want to pay him or if I want to trade him away. I'm curious if I can get anything for him. No offers. He wants about 10 mil a year. He's not going to get much better. Got to be someone willing to give me something for him. Commanders need an edge rusher. Would you give me a 1st round pick for him? No. Maybe a 3rd this year? It's close. What if I gave you a 7th? Close. Make it a 6th, and that should push that through. We trade Carl Granderson to the Commanders for a 3rd round pick, and then I think Jawan Johnson is also going to get traded. Just hasn't really been that great for us as a tight end. Very much would like to see what we can get for him. The Broncos have a need at tight end. Would you give me a 1st? No, but it's actually close, so they might give me a 2nd if I throw in a 5th round pick. They do that, so we get a 2nd round pick out of Jawan Johnson. Also, the D tackle, Trevon Landry, that we just drafted is an 85 overall superstar X Factor. So that is awesome. Tyler Shuck's up to an 84 overall. The left guard we drafted is an 83 overall superstar depth rate. So both of these guys we drafted last year are going to be studs for this team. We just sold. Noel Williams wants an extension now that we've traded for him. I mean, I would be definitely down to give him one. And just like that, we sign him to a 4-year extension with 14 million guaranteed money. Honestly, not a bad extension for us there. I think we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season, and hopefully we just continue to improve. Maybe we can turn it around in the second half and make a run at a wild card berth, but with how the offense is playing, I don't think that's going to happen, sadly. Okay, so the team actually went on a bit of a run in the second half, finished 9-8, and made it to a wild card berth. Actually very impressive. So after losing our first 3 games and starting 1-4, We won 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5, and then also won our final 3. So we were sitting at 6 and 8, won by 3 at the Giants, won by 1 against Tampa, and then won by 6 against the Commanders to barely squeak into the playoffs. So a great end to the season. Go check out how everyone did. Tyler Shuck actually had a great year. 4,700 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 14 picks. Travis Etienne, 1,000 yards, just over 4 yards a carry. We may be looking for a new running back soon, I think. 10 touchdowns on the year. Jordan Tyson, man, 121 catches, 1,800 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Chris Olave, 97 catches, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. Oscar Delp, 59 catches, 559 yards, and 6 touchdowns. I mean, phenomenal 1-2 combination there. Defensively, Bobby Okereke led us with 155 tackles. We had 20 TFLs from the rookie Trevon Landry, 17 from Chase Young, 14 from Caden Ellis, and 8 from Kristen Miller. Trevon Landry and Chase Young led us with 9 sacks apiece. Caden Ellis had 8 sacks, 3.5 for Miller, 3.5 for Okereke. So pretty impressive. I mean, Tyler Shuck, 4th in the league in passing yards, 3rd in passing touchdowns. So I think at this point, with how he performed there, like, yeah, he's definitely going to be our quarterback of the future. Jordan Tyson, you look there in the bottom right, led the league in receiving yards. So a huge breakout there for him. We are going to be playing the Lions in the playoffs. We're going to simulate and see how we do, see if we can take down this really good Lions team. I doubt we will. And no, we did. We won 30-27 over the Lions. We're going to be taking on Seattle, who went 14-3. Let's check out the weekly recap, see the highlights for our game against the Lions. So they didn't actually show any highlights from our game, which is dumb, but I think we were the only away team to win. Yeah, we were the only lower seed to win on wildcard weekend. Now we have to take on the 1 seed Seattle Seahawks. So we're going to hop in and simulate this game, and then if it's close right at the end, we may hop in and actually play, try and make it to the NFC Championship game. So in Seattle, one of the loudest stadiums, it's 7-7, now 14-7. Seattle leads it into the second quarter, now 21-7 after a good score there. We're keeping it close. It's going to be 24-14 going into the half. Trying to see if we can get points here. Now it's just a 3-point game as we go into the fourth quarter. Seattle marching down the field, and it's going to be a 10-point game here late, and there's a turnover, and that one will seal it. Seattle holds on to win it against the Saints here at home, so it'll put the magical season to rest, but honestly, an overachieving season for this New Orleans team. Very much an overachieving year for them. Season recap here is the Philadelphia Eagles go on to win the Super Bowl against the Los Angeles Chargers. Jalen Hurts gets Super Bowl MVP. Sam Darnold won league MVP. Don't think many people were expecting that coming into the year. Mike McCarthy gets Coach of the Year with the Steelers. Devontae Smith of the Eagles gets Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons gets Defensive Player of the Year with the Packers. Aaron Knowles of the Jags gets Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then Trevon Landry with us gets Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that's awesome to see. And Tyson did jump up to Superstar Dev with the 1,800-yard receiving season he got. And then Landry is up to a 91 overall, playing up to a 93 with morale. But 90 overall X Factor as a rookie is really, really cool to see. So, I mean, even after selling at the deadline, I mean, we traded away our starting tight end, one of our edge rushers, and our starting free safety. We traded away 3 guys and still ended up making it to the divisional round of the playoffs. So I think that's very, very good. I think in the offseason, we definitely need to, well, when I was simulating, the computer locked up this right tackle long term. So I don't think offensive line is something we really need to address. Tight end, wide receiver 3, running back maybe, and then linebacker, edge, free safety, corner. Honestly, the defense is what we really need to focus on because the offense is looking pretty darn good. I think the secondary and an edge rusher would make this team a lot better in the offseason. So some options here. I think we are going to pick up the 5th-year option on, 48.4 mil for his 4th-year option. That can't be right. I mean, we can get him cheaper than that if we decline the option, right? Like if we decline the option, we can get him at like an actual real price because he's still under contract for another season, right? He doesn't immediately go, yeah, he's making 8 mil next year. I'm not going to pay him $40 million more than that next year. Our backup center, Ruiz, I mean, I'll throw a little deal at him. All right, so we sign him to a 2-year deal with $5 million guaranteed money. I think we're going to let our number 3 receiver walk. Let's see what Spencer Rattler is wanting as our backup. I mean, I'd keep him around as a backup. I mean, he's a decent backup. Add a $1 million championship incentive. Reduce the salary 3%, but add a guaranteed year. We'll ask for a hometown discount. I think we're just going to let those guys walk because we are going to have to re-sign some guys like Banks, Shuck, and everyone else next year. But we'll take a good bit of cap space, $122 million cap space into free agency. Banks already wants to start talking about his extension. And at 24, I'll give you 6 years, $10.5 million, 2 guaranteed years. Oh, he did not like that. Okay. Ooh, Caden Ellis is considering retirement. So let's see what he has to say. I've had a great career, but getting older makes every season tougher. A real playoff run might keep me going. Ooh. See if he wants to mentor incoming players. Helping young players grow gives me a new purpose. I think I'd like to stay. Okay. So we get 1 more year out of Caden Ellis. Bobby Okereke is also thinking the same thing. So let's see if he wants to mentor someone. So we really need to get some linebackers in here. Oh, he turned down the mentor role and he has retired from the league. Okay. So yeah, Mike linebacker is now a glaring hole for us, as is right edge and free safety and corner. So most of the defense is a bit of a glaring hole for us. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, there's Zay Flowers. There's Denzel Ward would be a great corner to get, and that would kind of take away any worries about that position. Jonathan Cooper be an interesting edge rusher to pair up with Bradley or with Chase Young. There's no one here for Mike linebacker. There's an interesting Jeremiah Trotter, an interesting Sam linebacker. Interesting. He could probably be moved to Mike linebacker, actually. I think we're definitely going to throw a contract at Denzel Ward. We're going to go 3 years. We're going to bump up the salary a good bit, and then we're going to bump up the bonus. That's the thing about this is you really have no idea with your initial offer if it's anywhere close to what they're looking for. And that's something I think they really need to work on with this system. Yeah, so he's only 16%. Let's bump both the bonus and the salary. Let's increase the bonus by 10% while decreasing the salary a little bit. Let's raise the salary, keep the length, and add a $2 million bonus. So he's out of patience for right now. We'll have to wait for the next hour. I do want to throw something at Jeremiah Trotter. He wants about 6.2 in average per year and 12.7 in a desired signing bonus. We'll go 10.5 there, and we'll go 5 mil, go 4.5. And we'll increase the bonus $500K. Okay, so we got him to 100% interest. So hopefully he wants to come here. And I guess we could reach back out to Justin Reed after we traded him. See if he's interested in coming back. 84 overall would be a big boost. Who's on the trade block right now? Ooh, the Panthers have this superstar dev 23-year-old Mike linebacker on the trade block. Okay, so I definitely need to trade for him. I will give you a 3rd round pick in the upcoming draft. Is that enough? Not quite. I will also give you this tight end I drafted last year and this crappy center. No. Okay. What about, I have a bunch of seconds in this year's draft. Let me see if that's enough. It's close. If I give you a 2nd plus these 2 7ths. No. 2nd this year and a 4th next year. No. Okay. About the 4th next year and then the 7th this year. Oh, it's so close. If I give you the better of the 2 7ths, is that good enough? So close. The 4th next year and a 6th next year. There we go. All right. So we give a 2nd in this year's draft and a 4th and a 6th next year to the Panthers for this superstar dev, Mike linebacker 77 overall. So he's our Mike linebacker of the future. And the Falcons have a 82 overall superstar X Factor 24-year-old that they've drafted on the trade block. So yeah, we're going to offer them a 2nd and a 3rd in the upcoming draft for him. Actually, we'll just do the 2nd. That's gotten most of it, and then we'll do a 5th next year and a 4th the year after that. No. 2nd this year and a 2nd next year. Makes it close. We will also throw in 4th the next year. So 3 for a superstar X Factor 82 overall free safety. Oh wait, is it not? Oh my gosh, that is the slightest. I mean, that is the slightest bit of rejection. What about a 5th? Oh, you've got to be kidding me with some of this. Okay, so we send a 2nd and a 3rd in the upcoming draft and a 3rd in next year's draft to the Falcons for Lindsley, a superstar X Factor 82 overall free safety that they had on the trade block. So that fixes like 2 of our major holes on defense, because now we have a superstar dev there, we have an X Factor there, so now we just need an edge rusher, a corner, maybe another D tackle, and a 3rd wide receiver. Honestly, Jalen Waddle would be a cool 3rd slot receiver. What's he wanting? 26.4 mil a year. I can get up to like 18 mil, 28.5 in signing bonus, 2 guaranteed years. Oh, he's already in. 100% interest from the jump on that. So far we've got contracts out for Jalen Waddle, Denzel Ward, Justin Reed, and Jeremiah Trotter. So we never actually offered anything to Reed. Who did we sign? So we signed Jalen Waddle. So we've got 3 really good receivers now. Denzel Ward goes to Cincinnati. That sucks. And then the linebacker, Jeremiah Trotter, goes to Seattle. Okay. Tight ends, there's really nothing here that I want. I mean, maybe we bring in Jonnu Smith just as like a backup. We'll see what we can find in the draft. So we got him at 96% interest. We'll see how that goes. And he signs with us. Okay. So we still have a good bit of cap space, but I feel like that's pretty much all I really want to do. We have a lot of guys coming up that we're going to have to re-sign. And I think getting Jalen Waddle was big for us. So that's 3 90+ overall wide receivers right there. I think we just go ahead and move on from free agency, focus on the draft, and go from here. All right, we're at our 1st round pick here. Now let's see. We have some corners that we were looking at, but none of them are the ones that we knew the talent range for. And a couple here that I kind of like. Jonathan Barton out of Penn State. Round 2 to 3 talent. Honestly, the acceleration's elite. Speed's only solid, but B-man, A-press, B-catching, B-zone, B-awareness. We also have Taj Perkins, 21 years old out of Texas. Great speed, great strength, super fast. B-awareness, B-man, B-zone, B-press, A-catching. See, we need an edge rusher, but none of the edge rushers here look any good. Like, they all just look like crap. Like, none of the edge rushers look that good. Tight end, there's a couple of guys I've been looking at. Elias Beltran actually looks pretty damn good. 4.64, so good speed, elite strength, great acceleration. I just don't have him scouted enough to really feel comfortable taking him in the 1st round. The same thing with these running backs. I think one of these corners would probably be my best bet. Honestly, I'm kind of interested in seeing if I can trade down. I could get a 1st and a 3rd next year from the Titans. I could move back to 30 with the Seahawks, pick up a 2nd this year, and a 6th this year, and get a 5th next year to move back 5 picks. I could get a 1st from the Raiders next year, plus a 3rd this year, pick up a 2nd and 3rd from the Jets, get 2 future 1st rounders from the 49ers. Ooh. Honestly, I'll take the 2 firsts from the Niners and just move on from there and just go to the 2nd round, because I know I have a 2nd round pick and I'll be able to get someone. So the corners, man-to-man ones are both gone. This guy still looks pretty good. He's not as fast. His coverage isn't as good. So I think we may pass on him. We're going to go the tight ends. This guy is still here. Kevin Chapman. Super fast. Elite change of direction. Great catching. I think we're going to take him. Tight end is an area of need for us. He's a number 35 player. We got him at 53. Hidden dev, 86 speed at 6'4". So that was a really good pick. Great job moving down, picking up multiple 1st round picks in the future. And now we have our 3rd round pick here. And I only have 2 guys that I was looking at that are still here. One of them is this running back out of Oregon, 5'10" power back. The speed isn't great. It's good, has great strength. Everything else, though, doesn't look great. The good stiff arm and good trucking. He's a day 3 pick projected. Edge rushers, just none of them look good. Like, we have one that has good acceleration, change direction, jumping, and speed. B finesse moves, B awareness, C power moves, C play rec. Like, none of the edge rushers really look great, which is really disappointing considering how badly we need an edge rusher. Now, Deion Shepard looks pretty good. Look at that. A block shedding, B finesse move, B power moves, A tackling. Great speed, great strength, 6'2", 340. We do need some depth at that position. So I think we go ahead and take best player available, another D tackle. He's the number 21 best player in the draft, 93 strength. He has hidden dev, so that's a really good pick there. That may have been our last pick. No, we still have a 6th rounder. Any of the guys we were looking at still here? No. Any decent running backs left? So Deshaun Harbor here, day 3 projected edge rusher, actually is a very, very good athlete. Has B power moves and B play rec. I think we're going to take him and see if we strike gold. We don't. 169 in value. Normal dev. Does have 87 strength, but not as good as we were probably hoping for with a decent edge rusher. We do still have a 7th round pick we can use here. Here's another edge rusher that looks like a really good athlete. Projected undrafted free agent. Very good athlete. Could maybe be something. You know, we're just kind of picking random here at this point. Does have hidden dev at 80 with 89 strength. So now we do have another 7th round pick. So here's the undrafted free agents. There's a 78 overall kicker with 89 kick power, bunch of long snappers, a 70 overall free safety would be interesting, and a 68 overall running back. We'll talk to the running back, see if we can get him in, just because we need some depth. So we get the running back, or we get a decent offer out for him, and then I think we'll also throw something at this free safety just so we have some depth. So we get the free safety, he's normal dev. We get the running back, he's also normal dev. This fullback was hidden dev, so was this kicker. That's all I'm really interested in. So let's go ahead and go to the start of season 3. And at the beginning of the preseason, we have re-signed Tyler Shough to a 5-year deal, $80 million in salary with $67.9 million in guaranteed money. And here's what that payout structure looks like. Only going to be making, less than 30 mil for the first, 3 years of the deal, and then only at the end of that deal do we really get, above 35 mil, which I mean, top quarterbacks even now are making, 40, 50 mil. So a very cheap deal for us that we got there with Tyler Shough. All right, so we just found someone to fill the edge rusher position that we've been looking for. Everyone say hello to former Chief George Karlaftis, who I guess got cut by the Chiefs and he was just sitting in free agency. So we finally fill the edge rusher role we've been trying to fill. So now defense doesn't look bad. I mean, we still don't have that elite top tier corner, but the rest of this team looks pretty damn good. Ooh, there's a wide receiver here with a hidden dev trait, 92 speed, 21 years old, just sitting in here in free agency. I'll throw you a 2-year, throw you about $1 million a year. Okay, yeah, 3 years for this guy. Yeah, give me that. Now let's see if there's anything good on the practice squads. So going into season 3, we've got Tyler Shough still as our quarterback, Travis Etienne still the running back. Offensive line looks pretty much the same. We are going to be starting the rookie at tight end. We've got Tyson, Olave, and Waddle as our wide receivers. On defense, we bring in George Karlaftis. We traded for this free safety. We traded for this linebacker. Corner still isn't great, but we did get another D tackle. We're about to sign Sanker to an extension. Honestly, I think this is our best team. What are we looking at now? 88 overall, 85 defense, 91 offense. I'm feeling pretty good about the team going into this year. So let's see if we can keep it going this year and get back to the playoffs. And we are able to sign Jonas Sanker to a 5-year extension with $23.2 million in guaranteed money. So midway point of season 3, we're 6-1, 89 overall team, 87 defense, 91 offense. We have the top passing offense and the number 2 scoring offense in the league now. Our defense is playing like dog shit. But we're way up in the division. We're the 2 seed in the NFC. Noah Williams leads the league in interceptions. Tyson's leading in receiving yards again. Shough is leading in passing yards. So this team is doing great. If we look at expiring contracts, Banks isn't ready to talk about an extension. And honestly, he's only the really big guy we need to look at in the offseason. He wants to see what the market has to offer him, so we'll probably have to franchise tag him. But I think we go ahead and keep simulating and just go to the end of the season and see how things finish. I don't think we really need to do any trades here at the deadline. So at the end of season 3, we went 13-4. We have a 90 overall team, 92 offense, 90 defense. We were, an awful defensive team, but we just outscored everybody. So we are the 1 seed in the division. Everyone else in the division was below 500. Shough finished 2nd in the league in passing to Burrow. He had 4,900 passing yards. Good grief. Go check out the stats on the year. He threw for 4,900 yards, 38 touchdowns, only 5 picks. So a really, really good season for him, 61% completion percentage. Travis Etienne, another 1,200-yard season, 9 touchdowns. Kendre Miller behind him had 8 rushing touchdowns on the year. Receiving-wise, Tyson, 98 catches, 1,500 yards, and 17 touchdowns. Chris Olave, 108 catches, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. Kevin Chapman, the rookie, 85 catches for 916 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle was the number 3 wide receiver, didn't really get a lot of looks. Only 24 catches, 322 yards, 3 touchdowns in the slot, so that's kind of disappointing. 112 tackles by Caden Ellis in what is probably his final season led the team. We got 19 TFLs from Trevon Landry, 16 from Chase Young, 15 from Kristen Miller, and 14 for George Karlaftis. And then in terms of sacks, Devon Landry led us with 13.5, 10 for Chase Young, 7 for Karlaftis, 4.5 for Miller, and then 4 for Caden Ellis. Noel Williams led us with 5 interceptions. Jamie Lindsley, the new free safety, got 4, and then Jonas Sanker had 2. So a really, really good season. Hopefully this is the year the team, puts it all together and is able to go on a good run. We're going to be facing off against the Bears here in the divisional round to try to make it to the NFC Championship game. We are the better team basically across the board, so we're just going to advance to the NFC Championship game, see if we get lucky in the simulation, and no, we don't. We lose 24-22 to the Bears, so it's going to be a disappointing one-and-out season for us. Season recap, the Rams end up beating the Chargers, so the Chargers lose back-to-back Super Bowls as Ty Simpson with the Rams gets Super Bowl MVP. Tyler Shuck won NFL MVP, and then that's the only award winner we got. Myles Garrett got Defensive Player of the Year. Jamar Chase gets Offensive Player of the Year. But Tyler Shuck with NFL MVP, I was not expecting that. And he's now up to Superstar Dev. Tyson's up to an X Factor. The tight end we got is Star Dev. But yeah, I think this team's really, really good. I think we just run it back next year and see if we can, get back and do it again next year, have another really good season, and then go from there. I think we will put the exclusive franchise tag on Kelvin Banks. He'll be making 39 mil, but I mean, that's a lot. We're going to decline the option on Tyson just because I'm not going to pay him 82 mil. I think the number on that is a bit off. And now Travis Etienne has retired at the age of 30 after one of his best years. So that is very surprising. That kind of throws a wrench in things because now we don't have a running back. Our top running back's a 70 overall now. We could be in some trouble here. We do have a good bit of cap space, though, so we should be able to go out and find one real quick if there are any available. And yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good available one right there. And Kenneth Walker, 95 overall. We'll throw an offer at him real quick. So we got a good offer for Kenneth Walker, and then I think there's some couple of good corners here. This guy's got the transition tag on him, so I think I'm just going to go with JC Horn and see if I can get him. We've got a good offer on him as well for a 1-year deal. And we do get JC Horn. Now, did we get Kenneth Walker? No, he goes to the Jets. I mean, we could bring in Tank Bigsby. That's probably our best bet since he's an 84 overall, can play up to an 86. Probably our best bet. Gonna have to overpay probably a little bit to make sure we get him. And we are able to bring in Tank Bigsby, so that sort of, I guess, fills the hole a little bit in terms of running back. Honestly, should probably get a second back, but I don't know. And we do need a will linebacker because I forgot Caden Ellis retired. Oh no, he's here. Superstar, he's still here. So we'll throw, a little bit of money at him, see if he'll come back. So we do get Caden Ellis back. So there's that hole filled at least. I think that's it for free agency. We'll just go ahead and go to the draft. So we're at the draft. We have the number 5 pick from the Niners. I don't think we found any top 5 talents. We found a lot of round 1 talents. I'm actually curious if I could go and trade this pick for a running back. So we are able to trade the first round pick for Travion Henderson, a 91 overall running back from the Patriots. So that sort of fills that slot where we were needing at running back. And now with our other first round pick, I think we're going to take Marcus McAllister out of Alabama, 6'1", has elite speed, ran a 4.25 40. Great change of direction, great agility, B man, B play rec, B zone, B awareness. He's a round 1 talent. He's the number 9 player in the draft. We got him all the way down at 28. Normal dev hurts. I'm not going to lie, that hurts. In that, but it is what it is. We also have the Niners' second round pick here, which means we may still be able to get the other round 1 talent corner that we saw, and we are, and he was number 14 player, also normal dev, but 93 speed. So 2 normal dev, but really, really good corners that we got here. Here's a round 2 to 3 talent receiver, A Catching Traffic, The route running doesn't look good. The catching doesn't look good. He is a good athlete. Round 2 to 3 talent. His left tackle looks really good. The strength is bad, but his skills are, well, actually, as a pass blocker, he's all right, but everything else kind of sucks. This guy, however, has really good run blocking. Also, incredible athlete. 312 pounds out of LSU. Number 52, we got him at 60. Does have hidden dev and 89 strength. But going into year 4, here's what the team looks like. We replace ETN, who retired, with Travion Henderson. I mean, a really, really good offensive line, great receivers. The defense, a little weak up the middle, I think, but got really good D tackles, great safeties. The corners have developed really, really well. Also bringing in JC Horn really helps. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good team. I'm really excited to see what they do this year. Let's go ahead and simulate season 4. I think we just go ahead and simulate straight to the playoffs. This will be the final year, and we'll just see how it goes. So in season 4, even though we were ranked a lot better across the board in just about everything, and we were 92 overall, we went 9-8 in simulation and missed the playoffs. There was a, 6-way tie at 9-8. And because of tiebreakers, we miss out as the 10 seed. So that's a bit disappointing. Very anticlimactic, but I mean, we built a very damn good team, man. Like, Tyson, 98 overall with morale. We bring in Jalen Waddle. We have Chris Olave still doing good. Tyler Shucks at 90+ overall MVP. Bring in Travion Henderson. This offensive line is amazing. We drafted a freaking 99 overall X Factor. We traded for an X Factor safety. I mean, the team's really damn good. We'll check out the stats on the year. Shuck threw 4,700 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 8 picks. Travion Henderson ran for 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns. Chris Olave had 1,600 yards and 9 touchdowns. Tyson, 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. Each had 100 catches on the year. 8.5 sacks and 24 TFLs for Chase Young. 8.5 sacks and 19 TFLs for Landry. Also 2 picks apiece for Williams, McKinstry, and Horn. We had the number 6 scoring offense, number 5 passing offense, number 11 rushing offense, number 13 scoring defense, number 1 pass defense, and number 11 rush defense, and we still missed the playoffs. Only went 9-8. So that's how this one's going to end, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully the next Madden rebuild will be a little bit more successful than this one. I'll see y'all in that video.